Good morning. I am Suyash for BBC News School Report representing Delhi Public School, Raipur. We are here to discuss upon the important issue recession in world economy or financial crisis. The term financial crisis is referred to various situations in which some financial institutions or assets suddenly lose a large part of their value. As we flipped the calendar to 2011, the year was plagued by a number of unfortunate events. A severe earthquake in Japan rattled the markets. Instability in Middle East put pressure on oil prices. Increasing global commodity reduced Americans' purchasing power and killed their confidence. Now let's go to Meenakshi for more information on this topic.
Good morning. I'm Meenakshi and you're watching BBC News School Report. The first 2 weeks of 2012 have been less newsy than the first fortnight of 2011. The impression of growing stress across much of the world economy is nonetheless inescapable. At this point, we can't see many bright spots to point to. If the US economy remains on the downward slope that it's been on since April 2011, then a serious crisis will be hard to avoid. Will it find a different path to a firmer recovery? Optimists will note that some of the problems of 2011 were temporary. The Middle East has become more stable. Japan is recovering from its devastating earthquake. Energy prices have begun to decline. The US debt debacle appears to be over. If consumers and businesses see that most of the issues we were experiencing since last spring are no longer a threat, then spending and investment could return. However, Nobel laureate Michael Spence points the global economy has a 50% chance of slipping into recession as Europe and the US struggle to grow.
Thank you, Meenakshi. Now we move on to the interviews with Iravati and Abhinav.
Thank you, Suyash. I'm here interviewing Mr. Amit Masih, a business consultant. Hello, sir.
Hello.
Sir, you may be very well informed by the fact that there is a global recession around the world. What are the main factors that have caused this recession?
Well, the recession has happened due to various reasons. But if we start pointing at how it started in the US with the prime lending crisis. The bankers were very careless, and so were the executors. The governments across the world were responsible for this crisis. And now there is a whole new gamut of reasons that is causing the recession to increase manifold.
In what ways has India been affected by this financial crisis?
Well, India has been very lucky. It has not been affected as badly as many other nations. But the growth is now starting to slow down.
How can we revive the world from this economic fall?
We have to start with the basics. That is the only way to recover. We have to correct the basics which were wrong and which were handled wrongly till now. Also, we need to have a united effort. Individualized effort is not going to work.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
This is Abhinav reporting for BBC News School Report. Thank you. Back to the desk.
Thank you, Suyash. I am Iravati and I am interviewing our economics teacher, Ms. Gitanjali. Good morning, ma'am.
Good morning, dear.
Ma'am, do you think, given the conditions, will recession increase or decrease?
The word recession, which is much up in the news now, is actually the result of a combination of factors. Now, if you ask me, what are the factors? One, we have the stock market indices. Second, we have the inflation rates. Third, we have the production levels across the country. If you take the world economy in total, definitely recession has occurred and presently Greece is in trouble. Spain is in trouble. So even the lately concluded World Economic Forum at Davos, Switzerland, also focused on this euro crisis. What has happened is there is also a credit crunch. They don't have money. So they have passed on their loans to the banks. Banks have in turn passed on their debt burden to the governments. So as a result of which, we have serious liquidity problems with major governments. Of course, Germany may bail out Greece and Spain, but I don't think this problem would mitigate in the coming days